Hey there! Welcome back to An Introvert's Paradise. I'm Kendra Kaiju, and today we're talking Paralives. But unfortunately, I don't have good news for you. Paralives is being delayed by 6 months. Now, I saw this story on their X account where their lead developer, Alex, broke the news to us. And before we have a look at the post, I just wanted to say, this is very surprising. I did not see this coming. I literally put out a video a few days ago talking about how Paralives was less than a month away based on materials they released on Paralives being a month away. Even a couple days ago on X, they released the specs for the game, the minimum requirements and such. To me, those are signs of a game that's going to release on time and not one that's about to get pushed back. And it seems like for at least the past year, they've regularly posted, granted short videos, but still videos about the gameplay, about some of the features. So it just seemed like everything was on track. So this one definitely came out of left field. So I'm pretty surprised, but really disappointed. And I'm sure you can relate. I'm sure much like myself, you too were definitely looking forward to this game dropping in just a few weeks. It's to the point where today, as of this recording, Where Winds Meet is about to drop, and I've been looking forward to that game for a long time, but because of how close it was to Paralives releasing, I literally looked at Where Winds Meet as the game that was going to fill the void until Paralives came. Because at the end of the day, life sims are my jam. They're number one, and everything else can argue for number two. But I digress. Let's have a look at Alex's post to see why. Why my heart had to be broken this morning. So basically, it came down to they had a bunch of playtests earlier in the year, early enough where they felt like they could take that feedback and be able to implement it for a December release. But after the most recent playtest, they realized they're not there yet. The feedback was the Paramaker was great, so their character creator, and the build mode was great. But when it came to gameplay, still too many major bugs. It wasn't ready for the show. And the second paragraph is really interesting because I always kind of figured life sims were really difficult to make. I know nothing about video game development. I'm sure all games are difficult to make, but I took into consideration that Sims 4 released without a pool, Inzoi ditto, plus the basement, and Paralives was gonna do the same thing. To me as a layman, those sound like they'd be straightforward. Doesn't sound like those should give anyone a challenge. They'd be pretty easy to implement. But the fact that all three companies failed to deliver it on day one would suggest otherwise. So if something that sounds like it should be straightforward and easy to put in the game is actually really difficult, could you imagine everything else? Things that actually sound like they'd be difficult? And the second paragraph actually explains why that is, why it is actually difficult. Alex describes creating a life sim is like creating 3 games at the same time. An advanced and flexible build mode, a greatly customizable character creator, and a complex life simulation. And even though I wouldn't count a character creator as a separate game, but because of how deep their character creator appears to be, it probably felt like creating another game, so I get it. Especially because early on, there was only 2 or 3 people working on it, but in general, they've had about 10 people working on this game. It's up to 13 now, but that's a new thing. It wasn't always the case. So I can definitely understand and appreciate the challenge they must have faced over the past few years in putting together a game which they describe as 3 games in 1, a type of game that even much larger teams have difficulty putting together. And as I said earlier, they're pushing this back 6 months. The new early access release is May 25th, 2026. And again, I'm surprised. Surprised that it's being delayed at all, but even more surprised on how much it's being delayed. Because for whatever reason, after reading the first couple sentences, I knew what was coming, but I thought it was going to be, hey, we need another 6 to 8 weeks. I really thought it was going to be something minor. I thought maybe they needed to tweak something, make one more change before it's ready for us. And I think the reasoning for that is because, do you remember when Inzoi announced they were going to be delayed by a few months? It was radio silence leading up to that. I remember Googling, looking through Reddit to see if anybody knew anything. And I was doing that a few times per week. But it was a nothing up until they came out and said, if you give us 3 more months, we'll be ready. Whereas with Paralives, it seemed like the board was green, everything was working just fine, they were on track to release in December. But boy was I wrong, not only are they going to need more time, they need more time than Inzoi did. And I understand, because it sounds like they're in the exact same spot that Inzoi was a year ago. Because it sounds like what they were trying to deliver day 1 in early access was more or less what we got in Inzoi on day 1. Because if you remember, we got to play around with the character creator at first. Not the build tool though, if I remember correctly. The build tool was during the second demo. And what does Paralives have going for them right now? Their character creator and their build tool. It sounds like the main hurdle for both teams at around this time was gameplay stuff. Major bugs to straighten out. So I'm not surprised if they have more or less the same challenge at hand. Paralives is going to need more time because their team is much smaller. That's just the reality of the matter. Assuming both teams are talented and competent, and everybody's working as hard as they can, it stands to reason that the team with 50 people is gonna get it done sooner than the team with 10. But regardless, I really do hope that they deliver in May. Because this game's been a long time coming. I remember the first time I heard about it. I wanted this game so badly because it looked so promising, it was so different than The Sims 4. And I'm pretty sure it's during the pandemic where I was just yearning for this game. Because I had all this free time on my hands, and I would have killed to fill my time with this game. I mean, knowing what I know now, it's completely impossible for them to have delivered that game within a year with 2 people working on it. But logistics aside, it would have been amazing. I mean, 6 years later, it'd still be amazing if I could have played next month. I'm sure it'll still be amazing 6 months from now, maybe a year from now, but God forbid it comes out a year from now. I mean, the fact that you're watching this video and you're still watching 8 minutes in, you're probably much like me. When it comes to life simulations, the more the merrier. It really doesn't matter when it comes out. At this point, I'm committed. Whenever Paralives comes out, I'm getting it, I'm playing it. And the hardcore life simmers, they're gonna do the same. But with that being said, I feel like they do need to hit this deadline. Because the longer you wait, the better Inzoi is going to get. Because between now and May, I assume there's going to be at least 2 updates in Inzoi. And this game has gotten better with every single update. So 6 months from now is going to be a much better game than it is today. I mean, money's pretty tight for a lot of people, so I could totally see someone who casually plays Life Sims just choose one, and choose the one that's way further along and more of a complete experience. So this could have an impact on the bottom line. I don't know that it will, just because plenty of games get delayed. One delay is fine. Even Inzoi got delayed once, and I'm pretty happy with that game. It's if they delay it again when problems will arise. If they delay it again, even I'll start losing confidence in this team. Because if they delay it again, that's when I start thinking about Life by You. Now don't get me wrong, I'm not comparing this to Life by You. This looks way further along and much more of a legitimate video game than Life by You ever was. Life by You had great ideas, but it looked awful. Paralives looks great, and I've seen enough footage to know that there's a game there. They're working on it. They just need more time. And it probably wouldn't hurt if they got a couple extra bodies in there. So for now, I think this is fine. This is the right call. Because if they're not ready for early access, where I think most people understand it's going to come with bugs, then it must be in pretty rough shape. Let's get it right. Alex even says in the post, He wants to ensure that more players will be happy with the state of the game at launch. I think it's the right call. This kind of been like therapy session for myself. I'm talking it out and being okay with it. Now, don't get me wrong, 6 months is rough. It's gonna be a long wait. But I also understand that it's par for the course. The fact of the matter is, the reality is they're a small team. So even if they released in December, their updates are going to be definitely less frequent than the Inzoi ones. And you potentially get less content than in an Inzoi update. So I understand that for myself. The name of the game for Paralives is patience. Even when it comes out, always patience. Although we won't have to be too patient to see more gameplay. We're gonna get a 45-minute stream of gameplay on YouTube on Tuesday, November 25th at noon. And even though on one hand, it's about damn time. We've been getting little clips here, little clips there. We deserve a nice beefy chunk of gameplay. But the problem is, we're gonna get excited and we're gonna wanna play right away. But then, oh wait, we have to wait 6 more months. Oh, it's gonna be painful, it's gonna be unpleasant. But with that being said, thank goodness we have Inzoi. The wait for Inzoi was unbearable because by that point, my Sims 4 was so broken from all the mods, so broken that I couldn't even get the game to work anymore. I updated all the mods, or at least I think I updated all the mods, but to no avail. So I had to go like a year without playing a life sim, which for someone like me, an introvert like me, is an eternity. And just when I thought I was gonna get some relief from Inzoi dropping in December, the delay to March was excruciating. This one I'm sure is still gonna hurt, it's still gonna sting for a little bit, but it's softened by the fact that I love Inzoi, stores are coming, I have my farming and fishing, I'm gonna be good for a long time. Okay, I think that's enough from me for today. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for watching, thank you for subscribing, thank you for your likes. It means a lot to me, thank you very much. We'll talk soon, okay? But until then, you take care of yourself. And hang in there, I know it just got a lot tougher to do, but just remember, just make it through another day.